Great announcement today. The Birmingham Stallions on April 16th in the first game are going to take on, of course, none other than the New Jersey Generals, one of the great famous teams from the USFL. So not only will that game of the Stallions versus the Generals be in prime time, but for the first time in more than 60 years since Super Bowl I, both Fox and NBC are going to broadcast the exact same game on two broadcast networks. So making history for the first time in 60 years since Super Bowl I. It's going to be an unprecedented event.
I want to be the first to say welcome. Welcome home to the USFL. So you know Birmingham has a deep history and as a sports town and a connection to USFL. Wardeen Alexander likes to remind me that this is a sports town and you have super sports fans here. I'm not sure y'all heard that horse. Just a minute ago, maybe they should keep the door open. We're gathered in a venue that brings together the connection of what regional cooperation really looks like in vision. And so we're excited to be the city to host this inauguration. Our commitment as well to Legion Field cannot go not said. That being the choice home for the entire inaugural season, both stadiums, this is really, really a big deal for our community, everybody. And so I look forward to cheering on the Stallions, not only here at this stadium, but Legion Field. And as Eric has said, Birmingham has a lot to offer. Both of these stadiums will have a lot to offer, and we look forward to playing and being committed to be a good host.
Thank you. Thank you. The introduction may be longer than the speech, so I'm going to try and keep this a little bit quick, but what an awesome day. What an awesome day, and so many people to thank, and just so many people pulling the rope in the same direction to make this work, and with USFL, with Fox and NBC partnering together, with the people in the city of Birmingham. My father always told me if you ever see a turtle on top of a fence post, he didn't get there alone. You know what? And there's an awful lot of people that need to be thanked for making this entire process happen. There's three things that are going on today. One, an amazing announcement, a shot that's going to be heard around the world, so to speak, with the development and the reemergence of the USFL coming back and having a standalone spring football league that's going to stand on its own 2 feet. I think is an awesome, awesome thing that's going on right now. And I think right now with Brian Woods and with Moose Johnson and their leadership and their guidance, just the organization, the attention to detail that's happened, the more you learn about this, the more exciting it gets because there's so many great things that are going on. The second thing that's going on right now is for the city of Birmingham. What an awesome, awesome day today to see the excitement, to see the energy, the enthusiasm with everybody here that you're going to have the entire USFL that's going to be seen around the world on Fox and NBC. But they're also going to see the city of Birmingham and all the people that have made this work and the exposure that it's going to bring the city. But then there's also a third part of it, and that's that the Birmingham Stallions are back. You know what? The Birmingham Stallions are back. The USFL is going to play. The city of Birmingham is going to benefit greatly with all 8 teams coming here. But there is going to be a home team. And so I want to make the announcement that Reggie has decided to come play for us, and he is. So I want to go ahead and make that announcement now that Reggie, you know what? We're going to have fun together. I'll call it, you run it, we're going to be fine. I want to be wide open. The game of football has changed. It's all about speed and space. This isn't about 2 tight ends and running off tackle and 3. This is, even when you watch the NFL game, the way the high school game, the college game, and even the NFL game has gone to shotgun, wide open, 4 wide receivers, excitement, electricity, and I think some of the rules that they've put together in the game to really make the kickoff a bigger part of the game. There's a lot of rule changes that this league is going to implement that's going to create an exciting brand of football, and as coaches, that's our obligation to understand the rules and how we put this together. It's going to be a fast-paced game. It's not going to be a 4.5-hour day. You know, it's not. I just think they've thought of everything, and I think it's really going to be fun, and I want to be wide open, I want to be physical, but I want to be fun. We have to watch the film too. So, I mean, if it's fun for us to watch as coaches, it's going to be fun for the fans to watch as well.
So there you have the big announcement. I think it was Eric Schenk. It was the mayor of Birmingham. It was Skip Holtz, the new coach of the Birmingham Stallions, all there talking about the excitement and around the USFL. So the big announcement that came out this past week, we knew Birmingham was going to be the place to be. Fox and NBC are going to simulcast. Some of you probably don't even know what the word simulcast even means. So this is the first time that this has happened since Super Bowl I. So on Saturday, April 16th, in prime time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern at Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. I wanted to go, but we're going to wait until May. The game pits the New Jersey Generals against the Birmingham Stallions, and it will be televised live on NBC and Fox, making it the first scheduled sports competition to air on the same time on two competitive broadcast networks since Super Bowl I. It shows you the power of football in this country right now. NBC Sports will provide pregame, halftime, and postgame coverage of the Generals Stallions game, which will air on both networks, utilizing its on-air production and technical personnel. Fox Sports will produce the game coverage, which both networks will carry using its broadcasters, production, technical staff, and the same commercials will run on each network throughout the broadcast. Wow. The networks will announce specific production details in the future. This is Easter weekend. I plan on having some friends over that night to check the game out. As we get closer to it, clearly things will get bigger. These media partners is a surprise. We thought it was just going to be on Fox. So while the league will release its comprehensive television schedule shortly, NBC Sports will present 22 USFL games in 2022. On NBC, there'll be 9, USA Network 9, Peacock 4. On Fox Sports, they'll carry 22 games split between Fox 14 and FS1 8. The combined regular season coverage on NBC and Fox will give the USFL 22 broadcast windows, more than any regularly scheduled sport in the first half of the year. Hello, baseball. You just keep sitting out, my friends. You just keep sitting out and continue to get more irrelevant. So, of course, the USFL will launch with 8 teams split into 2 divisions, playing in one location. In addition to the Stallions, you got the Houston Gamblers, New Orleans Breakers, Tampa Bay Bandits in the South Division. The North features Michigan Panthers, Pittsburgh Maulers, Generals, and, of course, the Philadelphia Stars. Each team will play a 10-game schedule, followed by semifinals between the top 2 teams in each division, and a championship game between division winners. You know how it all goes. That is the exciting news from the USFL's big announcement. What we expected to happen during this announcement is that, of course, they're playing the games in Birmingham, something that's been reported about a long time. Lots and lots of moving parts to make this deal happen. As you can, if you were watching the press conference, you could hear each speaker talk about how many people were involved to make this happen. Because it wasn't just like, hey, we want to play our games in Birmingham, which the USFL wanted to do from the beginning. It was more like, okay, cool, but we are going to bring a lot of money. So if you could kick in some money, then maybe we can have a deal. And it was a lot of back and forth, and multiple people needed to approve this thing. So some fans complain, why does it take so long? We know about this in October. Why did it take so long till now? Can you imagine trying to get this done with all this different political and all this junk that goes on in this country right now when it comes to what's in it for me politics? That all this, the city of Birmingham basically came together and made this happen. And I think that was testament, finally, politicians working together. But this is not a political show because that stuff is frankly boring. So they'll get all the games there. There's going to be games at Legion Field as well. We've gone over this a bunch of times. But Birmingham essentially will be the football capital of the world. The other thing that was announced, that tickets for the USFL's inaugural game, of course, featuring the Generals and Stallions at protective stadium on Fox and NBC, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Well, the tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster. This was a surprise to me too, and very cool, I think. Tickets are all general admission, which I found interesting, and are $10 for adults, and kids under the age of 15 are free, with a limit of $3 per ticketed adult. That makes sense. The league will announce details about the availability of the remainder of the season shortly. So we've got schedule and remainder of the season. How are they going to do tickets? Remember, gate is not that important to the USFL. It is the TV deal, and it is slowly building this league up. If you notice, even just this Monday, a lot more social media stuff is starting to come, and it makes sense. Why spend all this money and time and resources in October promoting your league when no one cares until after the Super Bowl is over? That's what everybody's focused on. So I don't have a problem with the timeline. The merch, we can talk about all that kind of stuff. Yeah, some issues there. But really, this has been quiet, and now it's going to start to build up. The USFL will hold its player selection meeting February 22nd through Wednesday, February 23rd, and training camps will open Monday, March 21st. Each USFL team will carry a 38-man active roster with a 7-man practice squad. Players will receive base compensation in addition to be eligible to getting victory bonuses, much like they did in the XFL. Exciting times for the USFL. We've got the home city announcement, coaches, and a very fascinating way to kick off and get as many eyeballs as they can on the USFL to get fans engaged and then hopefully hold that audience for the rest of the season.